So this is Ransom1690 back here with another video. And I don't know, this video may be a mess today because I got a lot to talk about and I don't know where to start. So first and foremost, it's been a while since my last video, which had to do with religion. And unfortunately, it's gonna be more videos like that, or at least another video I make about that, because T Sizzle told me to watch a video that he made that was titled something along the lines of, you know, there can not be true nothingness, because you know how we constantly talk on here about how we wish we were never born and how, you know, we just wish we were into non-existence. And T Sizzle made a video just kind of talking about why that's not possible, unfortunately, or why he thinks that's not possible, which is ironic because, like, last month I had a falling, well, not really a falling out, I don't know, but it was more like an intensive disagreement. I guess that is a falling out, I don't know, but I had an intensive disagreement with my older brother about that, because it turns out that he became full-on Christian, and I was actually calling him about something, you know. I was actually calling him about the things that I was going on with the socio-forensic, or the, you know, hearing voices in my head, because I know he deals with that too, because he would used to tell me all about it. Well, he basically thinks all of that is demons, and that led to a huge, intense falling out over this whole concept of existence and God and us being put here and all this shit we got to deal with due to that. And I want to make a separate video about that, because not just because T Sizzle told me to talk about it, but because I want to do it and talk about it myself. So I may do that after I talk about what's been going on here. Now, what have I been up to since the last video? Well, just like I've been talking about, you know, to kind of also recap another video I made, and let me pull this up here, because I don't remember every title I make. But it was talking about why nobody is coming to save you and what that means to me. And in that video, actually, that was after the fuck your God video. So my bad, y'all. Yeah, I told y'all this would kind of be a mess here. But in that video, I had talked about pushing it to the limit, and I had used this music video from the movie Scarface as, I guess, kind of kind of an example of that, you know. And that's what I've been trying to do. Like, I've just been trying to push things to the limit with my art, and just with what I can do to actually learn a skill that can potentially change my life. And the whole idea is to just do what I can to be productive and to just turn my situation from something that sucks into something that, if not just a complete 180, it at least sucks a little less, you know. And so I've just been really going to town on my art and trying to get better and just really studying more seriously. And I know I said in a community post that, oh, I ain't gonna study anatomy, this and that, anatomy sucks. But I've actually been studying anatomy, and I've just been like just really trying to take it more serious. Now, I have been drinking the anime Kool-Aid a lot too, so it's this combination that I just got started getting obsessed with, and it's this whole thing where I've started to do master studies of just kind of different anime illustrations online, but instead I'll try to combine it with like classical 15th or 16th century metal point shading, because I also just my whole foundation of schooling when it comes to art actually started in the whole classical style. So the whole shit where they do the busts and just the whole like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo shit, and how they have just this meticulous mathematical approach to really putting together imagery. And even though I don't believe in a lot of the philosophies of just what these artists and what these institutes believe in, as far as the subject matter, I know I told y'all before about how Leonardo da Vinci and like he tends to do a lot of religious subject matter, and that I'm just not for reasons I've talked about in the past and that I'm going to talk about again, of course. But regardless of the subject matter or what they chose to paint, the skill is there. Okay, the technical skill is there. The knowledge and the technical skill that's been passed down for generations, has been proven to be effective and for learning, like, how to draw. And that's why I pursue this kind of training. But again, I try to mix it up a bit, so I like doing the whole anime thing a lot. And so I've just been trying to take this more classical style, conformed style of shading, specifically, not the whole construction of the image, but just specifically the shading, and seeing how that looks on more stylized imagery. And that's been something that I've been playing with, and something that I was hoping to show more of, but unfortunately, I've made considerable progress. I still think I have a long fucking way to go, but I've made considerable progress. And I'm gonna keep working on this along with learning anatomy as a whole. So hopefully I can formulate my own style, because the end goal is to be able to craft my own narrative. So I'm not just copying from imagery and trying to, other people's work and trying to do some fancy shading or pass it off as my own. I'm in the experimental stage of trying to fucking find my style and something that works for me, so I can move on from doing master studies and do, more creative works that's out of my head. That's ultimately what I want to do. I know a lot of professional artists, they like Ergo Josh. I know a lot of y'all may not, or all of y'all may not know who he is, depending on who y'all follow, but Ergo Josh is kind of like a popular YouTube artist, but he does a lot of photos. You know, he likes using a lot of photographic illustration to come up with a lot of his narrative and his characters, and a lot of them usually come from Pinterest and all of that. And me, I don't want to fucking use photographs to craft a narrative. I want it to come completely out of my head. You know, I completely want to take after my favorite artists who I've mentioned in the past, who are great at doing that, but I want to do that with what I'm learning in my own style and just use my own imagination and the technical skills that I've learned to just do my own thing, basically. So that's where I am with that. And I wish I could keep going on about that because, you know, it just hearing myself talk about it, it sounds like good news. It sounds like a step in the right direction. But unfortunately, you know, with this life, you have to deal with a lot of bullshit as well. And so one terrible fucking debilitating thing that I've been dealing with is my goddamn body just fucking up on me again. If y'all haven't already been able to hear, like me hacking it and coughing, I am going through another fucking sinus thing. And I don't know what the fuck it is, you know, because I also made a video at the right at the beginning of the year talking about how I got sick. And it was a sinus infection, except in that instance, it was so bad to the point to where I literally could not fucking breathe. And like, if y'all go back and watch the video, y'all see, or rather hear, where I'm just struggling to fucking breathe, you know, and just how terrible it was. And just, dare I say, that's the worst thing that I've ever been through, you know, all year. And that was when the year just fucking started, you know. It was just terrible. So I did eventually get over that. But then I don't know what fucking happened, because I think that happened in January. And I kind of went several months without an issue. But then somewhere, maybe around May or June, I started getting another sinus infection, which I'm still fucking dealing with, except, and it's granted, it's not as bad as what happened at first, at the start, but it is so fucking distracting because it's like I'm constantly feeling like I have like this snot or mucus lodged in the fucking left side of my damn throat, and it makes it hard to breathe and talk. And as y'all can see, I'm fucking coughing here, and it just makes it hard to breathe and talk, and I'm gotta constantly spit it up. But then even when I spit it up, it's like more shit gets lodged in my throat, and it's like I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like all year I've just been getting fucking sick. And I don't know, I'm still going through this shit. Like, I think it started in June, July. I think it started in May. That's when it started back up. And here we are in fucking, like, what? In August, I'm still going through this shit. But not just this, I'm also going through a mixture of the fucking eye shit that I had going on a couple of years ago, where my eye would just start horrifically itching out of nowhere. So it's been, and again, it hasn't been as bad as when I was first going through that, but it's like it'll just alternate between my eye fucking itching, and then I gotta put fucking eye drops in it. Then I'll start feeling like something's lodged in my throat that I gotta spit up, that I'm never able to fucking spit up. And it has caused a lot of just mental deterioration to where I am angrier than what I normally am. I'm just hating this fucking body, and I gotta. It's been so many times where I just wigged out and just went off the rails. And by that, I mean basically self-harming, but out of anger, because I hate this fucking meat suit. I hate this flesh sack so much that I've started to fucking punch myself in the face out of fucking anger, just to hurt this damn thing, because it keeps causing me just it keeps causing me just physical detriment. And I know that doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, so why are you gonna hurt yourself if you don't like to feel pain or discomfort? And it's like, I don't know how to explain it. If it just, all I can say is think of hate something or someone that you hate so fucking much that you literally want to hurt this person. You want to hurt this person so fucking bad, damn near to the point of putting them in the hospital. And that's how I basically feel about my own body. I hate that, I hate the fact that I have to deal with this shit, this stupid ass meat suit that's able to get sick and cause you fucking pain for no goddamn reason. Oh man, I hate this fucking shit, man. If y'all can't already tell, and it's just been hell. It's been hell. It's actually been, I don't know what. It's actually a wonder how I hadn't been wound up back in the mental hospital, because there have been times where I've done this with people around, mainly my family, and they like, why are you hurting yourself? And it's just, I've been this has just really been causing me to just have a mental breakdown, to where I honestly think that I have the capability to actually, commit, whatever. Y'all know I want to say, but I can't say it because fucking YouTube censorship tube, and that's another thing that's been pissing me off. Still being censored on YouTube, can't fucking say nothing. I tried to send a fucking notification to T Sizzle yesterday, because I know he's saying that he's going through some bodily pain because he was playing basketball one day and he fucked up his knees, or some dude ran into him and it real fucked up his knees to the point to where he had to have surgery. And I was trying to talk about that on one of his community feeds, and I was being really honest and unfiltered, but it's like YouTube kept shadow banning my shit, so I couldn't fucking even talk to the dude. And it's like, that's the thing. If you going through something, you can't fucking talk to no one, because this stupid ass society we got now is constantly telling you to shut up. You're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to fucking express yourself. It's fucking crazy. And it's just going through the shit with my body and this fucking YouTube censoring me all the time. I am fucking tired of life. My art stuff is going good, but that's the only thing that's been sort of going good this entire year. Just everything else, I can't fucking stand it anymore. I can't stand my own body. I can't stand the fucking culture of this society of where if you say something that it's not politically correct, or it doesn't jive with the norm of how people think or what they believe, then you're being shut up by some fucking corporate entity or whatever. You're constantly being shut up. And it's like, I've just been so fucking done with all of this stuff. Like, it's to the point to where I don't even be wanting to use the fucking internet anymore. That's how fucking through I am. I just want to shut myself off and just not have to deal with anything. Like, I just want to become a hermit and get out of society. Like, I don't fucking want to be a part of any of this shit any goddamn longer, you know. And so that leads me to the next thing that I've been getting really obsessed about, because I've been getting really obsessed about this game that kind of sort of deals with everything that I've been saying right now and that I've been saying all throughout my videos. And that game is, it's an old game. You know, it's an old, I think they call it an RPG maker. Like, basically anyone can make this if they have the right tools, and it's nothing complex, but it's just real pixelated stuff you can make and people can play it. And this is an old 2005 game, and I don't consider myself to be a gamer really anymore, but I've just been obsessed about this game, and it's called stupid ass fucking allergies, man. But it's called Yume Nikki, and Yume Nikki is this top-down RPG maker game where you play as this girl, and it starts out like you're in her room, and you can do two things. You can go to her door and try to leave the room, but it's like when you try to go to the door to leave the room, she won't leave her room. You know, she'll just shake her head like no, I ain't going out there or some shit. So what happens is you have to go to sleep. You know, you have to make her go get in her bed and she'll go to sleep. And apparently how it works is, I guess she's like sleeping and she's like just having these dreams, and she's basically exploring a whole dream world. You know, you're exploring the contents of her imagination or of her brain, essentially. And I relate to that a lot, you know, because first and foremost, it's a whole lot of lore to Yume Nikki that, you know, I had just recently started getting into, because there is no words or a dialogue to tell you what to do or where to go, or just there is no real objective to achieve. It's like you go to sleep, you go into her little dream reality, and you collect stuff, and that's it. And it's like it's different environments that you can go through in different doorways and stuff like that, and it really does feel like a dream world, you know. And apparently what happens is, once you collect all there is to collect, you wake back up and go out of her balcony, and she basically ends it. You know, she jumps from her roof, and that's the end of the game. Now, I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't gotten to that point yet. You know, I'm still trying to collect everything there is to collect and find all the Easter eggs there are to find. But Yume Nikki is something that I really relate to, and it's not just really because of the whole aspect of how it ends. You know, it's more of the fan lore that was crafted around it and how it's theorized. It's a lot of theories, really, but one of the main theories is that the girl that you're playing as is a hikikomori, and she went through something in her life that just made her not want to leave her room, which is everything I talk about in my videos. And so, in order to escape from the trauma of whatever she's going through in her life, she uses her dream reality, or, you know, her basically, she escapes reality through going to sleep and just living out in her dreams. Like, that's her escape. And it's like, I relate to that a lot, because before I even found out about Yume Nikki, it's like, I know this is sad to sound sad, you know, saying this, y'all, but before I play Yume Nikki, that's actually what I would kind of do a bit. You know, not so much the not leave the room aspect, because of course that's kind of hard to keep up within the people that I'm living around. You know, I got to leave and talk to people, or whether they just impose themselves on me. But it's like, when I would go to sleep, I would start daydreaming about fantasy type worlds, and just about a different reality that has nothing to do with this physical reality. You know, I would daydream about fairies and just different fantasy creatures and things that I would get inspiration from the artwork that I would look at. And I actually had created a persona of myself in those worlds. And it's nothing grandiose or none of that. It's just, it would be something like where I was just a faceless man, or just a person with no identity. And I would be traversing this wide land, this wide, rainy, cloudy land, and just as a faceless man with no identity. And that sounds crazy, but I'm being 100% honest here. And so when I found out about Yume Nikki and I started getting into the lore and playing the game, it is so much that I can relate to about that game. You know, it goes beyond being a game for me. It's more of like like, I don't know. It's weird to fucking say, but it's like I'm relating to someone else who's just like me. That's fucking weird to say. Like, it's just a fucking game, but I don't know. But that's another thing. Oh, and of course the soundtrack. That's another thing I gotta talk about, because the soundtrack is. Y'all know I'm also into a lot of white noise and a lot of just that whole outworldly or otherworldly music. And Yume Nikki, like, the soundtrack is basically, it has all of that. Like, But yeah, that's what I've been up to for the most part. So this wasn't the video I was intending to make. I was really planning on making a more triumphant video, which is why I have been putting it off making videos, because I really wanted to just excel in my art and do all this stuff and continue going to the rec and lose weight and get back in shape and then come back on camera. Well, I don't show my face, but come back on YouTube and basically be like what I was talking about in my last video. Like, yeah, I pushed it to the limit and I overcame, man. Just all this real strong and masculine stuff, and this is what I meant when I said to push it to the limit, which I've been doing, but it, unfortunately, the results, I mean, with the whole sickness, the sinuses and all this shit, and then, fighting off depression a lot of the time, and was really hoping I had more stuff done than what I showed. It didn't turn out how I thought it would turn out, and this is what I also told y'all at the start of New Year's, that this is why I don't really make New Year's resolutions, because a lot of times when you make these resolutions, it doesn't really go according to plan. A lot of things just get in the way, like your own fucking health. But that's pretty much been what I've up to, and I've been trying to. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today, and I'm out. I know it's a bit of a long video, but hopefully y'all enjoy regardless. And I'll get back to y'all with another one real soon.
Brian Fury win. Brian Fury win. Brian Fury wins.
Brian Fury wins.
You win.